Dear Shanelle, you know very well that I'm not the best with words and I struggle to get my emotions out, but I'll try my best. I don't want to give too much away now because there are some things I want to tell you in front of all of our family and friends. Whenever I'm around you, I turn to mush. I can get mad at anyone in this world, but with you, there is nothing you could do for me to even be upset at you. I can't describe how much I love you because when I think about it, all I do is melt. When I've had a crappy day at work and I come home and see you, nothing really matters. I just love being around you. When you try to be angry at me, but I make you laugh, makes me so happy. When we have little arguments and then get over them in 30 minutes, makes me feel grateful. When I do manly things and ask you if you like that I can do manly things and you say, yes, Chris, makes me feel useful. When you do small little things that I like getting me a glass of water when you don't want to, makes me feel loved. Sorry. I can go on and on with this, but you get the point. You truly are the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I thank you every day for even putting up with me. Unfortunately, you already know what I got you for a present, but you don't know the other gifts. I remember stuffing up a present at Christmas, and we even spoke about it a couple of nights ago. I then got concerned again if I got the right one, but I think I did. Probably not, but that's okay. I hate your Coach perfume, but I love the other one, so I want you to wear that today. I promise I will wear my safari. I also want you to know that I couldn't think of another gift to get you that would commemorate our special day, so what I want to do is let you choose whatever you want while we are in Europe. Anything at all. If you want it and it will remind you of our trip and wedding day, then get it. My last gift to you is something that means more to you than anything. I know you wanted COCO at our wedding today, but I didn't see how it could work. What I was doing this whole time was thinking of a way I could get him there for photos together. He couldn't come to the ceremony. Grand Chancellor wouldn't let him at the reception. Who could I ask to bring him to our photos in between? It goes on and on. What I did think of, though, is I don't care if the Grand Chancellor don't like it. This would mean the world to you. I will admit I love COCO too, and I know it wouldn't be your special day without him if you go to the front door and you can have your photos with your bean. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you through blurry eyes walking down the aisle. Love, Chris. Need to wipe my nose. Thank you. Yes, please.
So Shanelle and Chris have asked me to begin with a background story on the two of them. This is written by Shanelle about the experience that she had. We came across each other on Bumble. A Bumble success story, if you will. I told my family and friends that we had met at his cafe that he owned at the time, and Chris outed me in front of everyone at my 21st birthday party. It was embarrassing and funny at the same time. It was October, and Chris asked me on a date to an ice cream place. We decided to drive separately. However, when I arrived, it was closed. I messaged him, and next thing he's calling me. I get anxious about calling new people, especially when it's someone I'm about to go on a first date with. He then told me another place to go, so the phone call ended. I put that location into my map, and a message popped up alerting me that it was closed. I called him back and told him, and his response was, "Oh, for fuck's sake." He picked another place that he knew was open, La Dolce Vita, the Eiffel Tower place in Milton. I did think the whole thing was a great icebreaker. I got there first, and so I was looking out for a handsome man shown on his Bumble profile. What I saw was a guy approaching in what looked like tradie work shorts and a worn-out t-shirt. Turned out to be him. I later found out that he wore that all day whilst helping his dad with renovating. He said he'd been on a few failed dates and decided to put in less effort this time.
You're not helping me here, Ted.
Lucky me, says Shanelle. We awkwardly greeted each other and went inside to order sorbet. Chris had mango and I had lemon, which was absolutely awful. Conversation flowed really easily and we got to the subject of mini golf. And I said, I haven't played in a while. Chris said, well, let's go right now. I was happily surprised by the spontaneity. When we got there, Chris kept track of the scorecard and he asked me how to spell my name, which was actually because he had forgotten my name. I found this out months later. Chris thinks he won, but I know I won. We went back to my car and before the date ended, I said, "Can I have a kiss?" Which Chris still thinks is very sweet. We had our first kiss. I also asked Chris to text me when he got home safely, and that's when Chris knew I was a keeper. It wasn't long before we went out on a second date and a third, and we haven't spent much time apart since.
No. Okay. When I was writing these personal vows, I didn't really know. Oh shit, here we go. Don't look at me. Oh. I didn't really know what to say. All I knew is that I wanted them to sound like me, the guy you fell in love with. At the start of our relationship, the first few dates were great. Everything seemed really easy and just seemed to click. The more dates we went on and the more time we spent together, I started to grow feelings pretty quickly. After a couple of months, I got introduced to your family and friends, who I'm now glad to call my own. Spending nearly every day together, I couldn't understand what it was that I liked about you so much. I narrowed it down to a few things, but it all turned out to be the same thing, the type of person that you are. You have the biggest heart out of anyone I've ever met. It shows in what you do for work, it shows how you feel about animals, how you treat people, and the fact that no matter what happens, you'll always forgive others. We used to do this thing where we would tell each other on a scale of 1 to 100 how much we liked each other. And the further our relationship progressed, the higher the number got, 100 being love. It's safe to say that it only took me 4 months to get to that 100. I have always been honest with you, and I always will be honest with you. However, I will admit there was this one time. When I said I loved you for the first time, and I told you I had hay fever from COCO, I was crying. It's okay. A couple of months later, roughly 6 months into our relationship, I remember working at Harvey Norman with Tony. And one day he asked me how he does. "Hey bro, how's Shanelle?" I said, "Honestly, she's amazing and I reckon I'll marry her one day." I don't believe in love at first sight. I think it takes time to get to know someone for who they really are before deciding if you want to spend the rest of your life with them. But even back then, I knew I wanted to spend the rest of mine with you. There are a few things I want to tell you before we say I do. I know our marriage is going to be the best, but I will forget things. I will occasionally forget to feed Coco. I will occasionally forget to refill the ice cube trays. Sometimes the lawn may or may not be knee height, and Sundays are definitely for golf until I finally realise I'm horrible at it and give it up. I am going to make mistakes, and I know you will too. But for me, that's exactly what I want. That's what makes us us. All jokes aside, I honestly can't tell you how much I love you without choking up. I promise to be the best husband I can and to show you how much you mean to me. I promise you will be my number one priority and to be there for you whenever I'm needed. I promise to care for you, provide for you, and love you each and every day. I am so excited to spend the rest of our lives together and someday soon start our little family. You have no idea how much I want to see you as mum, and I can't wait until that day comes. I promise I will give you all of me, and in return, I just ask the same of you. I know we will have the absolute best life together as long as we have each other.
From the moment I met you, I knew my life was going to change. You were unlike any guy I had ever met in the best ways possible, and you quickly became someone very important to me. I was drawn to every aspect of your personality. You exceeded all expectations that I envisioned in a partner, and you continue to do so as we build our future together. I know that I can handle anything life throws at me because I have you by my side. Throughout our relationship, many of our family and friends have told us that they don't know how I put up with you. They say that you're lucky, and we usually agree with them. However, I want you to know that I truly believe I'm the lucky one. I've found the most selfless partner who makes me the number one priority and who makes me a better person. If I mentioned everything that I loved about you, we'd be standing here for hours. I love that you always put me first, always. I love your ability to make me smile and laugh even when I'm trying to stay cranky at you. It's your smile, persistence, and the way you look at me, I can't help but melt. I love that you make me feel grounded, safe, and valued. I love that you pretend to scan every room before saying, I've had a really good look, and you're definitely the prettiest one here. Over the last 4.5 years, you've proven that these aren't fleeting traits, they're solid and consistent. Today, I'm not only saying I do, but I will. I will spend the rest of my life guiding you, supporting you, and nurturing you. I will be your shoulder to lean on, your safe place, and your number one fan. You can always depend on me to be your calendar because you can never remember anything. I'm pleasantly surprised you arrived here today on time. But all jokes aside, I know I can always count on you, and I promise the same in return. I promise to love you tomorrow and every day as much as I do today, to spend forever making you as happy as you make me, and doing my best to put your needs above my own. To laugh with you in the happy moments and comfort you through the sad ones. I've imagined this moment ever since I was a little girl, but I never knew I'd be so lucky to be standing here with a man as amazing as you. I'm very excited to be your wife. I can't wait to see what our future holds. It's you and me forever. I love you.
With the rings.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Christopher Timothy Lafaro, take thee, Shanelle Cynthia McGavin, to be my lawful wedded wife. With this ring, I promise myself to you, and only you, in mind and in body, today and tomorrow, and every day thereafter.
Chris, do you take Shanelle to be your wedded wife, to live together in marriage? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honour and keep her for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful only to her from this day forward, until death do you part?
I do.
Shanelle, please repeat after me.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Shanelle Cynthia McGavin, take thee, Christopher Timothy Lafaro, to be my lawful wedded husband.
Please place the ring on Chris's finger. Okay, please repeat after me. Thank you, Doug.
I engraved something in it.
Sorry, we missed that.
I engraved something in it, that's why he's crying. With this ring, I promise myself to you, and only you, in mind and in body, today and tomorrow, and every day thereafter.
Shanelle, do you take Chris to be your wedded husband, to live together in marriage? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honour and keep him for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful only to him from this day forward until death do you part?
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me the most wonderful pleasure to introduce to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Chris and Shanelle Lafaro. I'd like you all to be upstanding as we bid them well.
At the start of the end, here comes your white knight. Got a foot on the edge, looking over the ledge, and everything will be just fine, turning inside out, falling out of time. If it's the final story, it's death and glory, and tomorrow the sun will rise and we'll start over again. We'll write a different story. I got peace in my mind, knowing that we've got the ties that bind, gives me peace in my mind. The lights are so much brighter, the colors so much deeper. I got joy in my soul. I got joy in my soul. The fact that you're half of what's making me whole, puts a little joy in my soul. And I got love in my heart, I got love in my heart. The promise that no man can tear us apart, puts a lot of love in my heart. The lights are so much brighter, the colors so much deeper. I got more I can give, so much more I can give. 'Cause you pour and pour into me over again. Well, I got more